You guys are like, I have stuff to do this weekend, I can't work. Everything I do is part of my work. What I do this weekend? I worked. We were here Saturday all day. We never even left here. We never left here Saturday. We worked till like 2 in the morning, got in bed, got up the next morning, worked. And dudes are like, man, all you do is work. I'll turn the video on and I'll do a live feed and guys are like, oh man, there he is working again, there he is. Well, that's all I show you. You guys are like, I have stuff to do this weekend, I can't work. Everything I do is part of my work. It wasn't all sewing this weekend. Like I was outside. I fucking went through 10 more gallons of Thompson's water seal through the sprayer spraying the fence line. I mowed a bunch of shit. At 6 in the morning on Saturday, I was over doing reptiles, going through rats and feeding bearded dragons, and fed 24 snakes, and then brought big rats back here to feed these snakes here. Sunday, got up and worked. Got a lot of shit done. I built every camo wrapped dog leash that we had on order. I built a bunch of batches of wallets. I built a lot of stuff this weekend that would just make a difference. It was all stuff that would ship multiple orders, bigger orders. We had $400 or $500 orders waiting on a $25 wallet. So rather than waiting for it to happen or handing it off to somebody else, I just sat down and built all that shit because it makes a difference. How can I affect the most amount of people? And then we had some other dudes, just single dudes that had one little thing. It's like, hey man, can I get this? And the standard answer is no, you can't. But I just sat down and got all that shit done. I watched some YouTube stuff in the background. I designed a new bifold wallet. We'll show that. Maybe we'll do a video on that later today. It was on live feed. Some guys had asked about a bifold wallet. And the reality is we sell hundreds and hundreds every month of trifold wallets, and it's very rare that a dude asks for a bifold wallet. But like a year and a half, 2 years ago, somebody had asked for one. A couple of dudes are like, yeah, I'd like one. So I built one, and I kept shrinking it and shrinking it and shrinking it as small as I could get it. And I could get it super small, literally just a little bit bigger than 2 stacks of credit cards side by side, but still have a slot in there to hold, cash, $20, $100 bills, $20 bills, $100 bills, whatever. And it would fold up, but it was so tight when it would fold up, it would just flop back open like a spring. So I never put that out there. I wasn't happy with it. But what I found was I built this thing, I had all my shit in there, and I'm just lazy. Like I never did put it back in one of my other wallets. And I typically don't carry a wallet. I just had like a Louis Vuitton or a Louboutin card wallet. It just holds has 2 slots on each side. You can put like 8 credit cards or debit cards in there, and then I carry my cash separately. So I had taken all my stuff and put it in this wallet, and I never put it back in the other thing. So I just carried it around with me. And when I started putting it in my pocket, I'd go eat someplace, I'd sit on it, and what I noticed is at the end of the day, after running around Nashville or somewhere with this thing, it stays closed. And the cordura had stretched out a little bit, and the heat of your ass and the weight of your ass sitting on it, it stayed closed. So I revisited that this weekend, built that thing, and it does the same thing. And I've got probably 8, if not 10 credit cards and probably 10, $20 bills, $100 bills, whatever in there. And it's perfect. It is perfect the size. The shit fits in there. There's not a lot of excess slop. But when you fold it in half, it's nice and compact and small. As soon as you set it on the table, it just pops open real fast though. So we're just gonna have to tell the customer, hey, here's this thing. It's going to do this when you get it. Put it in your pocket, sit on it. The heat of your body is going to mold it just like your belts. When you have an EDC belt and you get an EDC belt, you're like, man, this is super stiff, and you can hold it out and it's just a straight line like a yardstick, like a wooden yardstick. When you put it on, the heat of your body molds that. And after wearing that belt for a day or two, you can actually take that belt, hold it by the back, and it stays open like you're holding a basketball hoop. It is formed to your body, and that's what the nylon does. So that's how that wallet's going to work. So we got a lot of shit done. So Sunday at about noon, maybe, we got up early Sunday. So like I was fucking, by noon I'm like, man, what time is it? It must be, 4 or 5 o'clock. And it was only noon because we'd been just running. I got so much shit done Sunday. So I'm like, get ready to go. Where are we going? I don't know. We're just fucking going somewhere. So we drove a town or two over. I didn't know where we were going. It was just about going someplace and getting out of here for a little bit. So we did that and went to a coffee shop, which was closed. So I'm looking like coffee near us. Donut shop. So I go into this donut shop and there's this big fucking Samoan dude, which you don't see in Tennessee. And the review on this place said, great coffee. I'm like, go there. So we go in there and I'm looking and he's got all the donuts. He's got like fresh apple fritters. You can just smell like the donut grease in the air. And he's got a selection of like 50 donuts. I'm like, I'm going to eat some fucking donuts. Do you have coffee? He's like, man, I don't have any coffee. And I looked for a second. I'm like, it's not worth it. I'm not going to do this. So we leave. So we end up back here by, that was probably 1, 2 o'clock probably. We get back here about 4 and we just fucking run from 4 to like 9. Xena got here at 9, started doing some video shit. And I shut down, turned the light 12:15 last night. It's when I shut everything down. And boom, 4 o'clock. So I just got a bunch of shit done. First thing this morning, had all my emails done, got cardio done, first meal in, went to the gym, did chest, fucking everything was good, everything's good. So I'm way ahead. So I guess the thing is, I still get a ton of shit done. When dudes are like, man, all he does is work, I promise you, it's not. I do all the work stuff you see, and for all the work stuff you see, I do 10 times more than that. Like when I sit down, I move until I'm fucking just done. And when I sit down, I pretty well go to sleep. Like that's the end of it. And when I sleep super fast and I'm up and I'm ready to go. So I guess just use your time. If you're watching what dudes are doing and you want to do what they're doing, you have to do what they're doing. So if you have time to sit and watch, I guess the real question is, why do you not have what you want when you're sitting and watching other people that have what you want? Fucking get off of whatever you're watching and use the time.